So it's money that draws us to trading, people. It's the money. The first thing that we see is that we can work from anywhere around the world. We can work, on our laptop, and we can have this lifestyle of making money online. That's the thing. That's been the thing for about 10, 15 years now. And it's massive now since we obviously had the pandemic. People want to work from home. And that's where trading is very, very appealing for a lot of people. Now, initially, like everybody, like myself, you're going to be concentrating on the money that you can make. But once you then start to get into trading and actually think about what you actually want, and it'd be great if you can do this before, it would be freedom. Now, the freedom is magnificent. The freedom is going to allow you to go and do what you want once you get established and you understand the craft of trading. Now, at the beginning, you're probably going to be stuck at charts for quite a lot. Yes, there's people that say that they're going to do this for you and that for you, but realistically and ultimately, you have to do it yourself to get success. But in this video, I want to explain why freedom could be a problem for a lot of people. And you might say, are you sure? Everybody wants freedom. Now, freedom's great, but also with freedom, you have to make your own rules. And in trading, yes, you have the freedom to just click that button whenever you need to, but where are the rules that's going to stop you from doing that? And that is a conflict of interest in the brain. You've got one side of the brain trying to tell you one thing, and then you've got the subconscious mind trying to tell you the other. Now, you do know that it's very, very hard to rewire the subconscious mind. No matter what I show you, no matter what some guru shows you about health or fitness or trading or online or e-commerce or whatever it may be, the subconscious mind from the habits that you have had where someone else has gave you that belief is going to be the hardest part for you to rewire. The instant mind, where we are the conscious mind, we just make decisions. But it's the subconscious mind that gets in the way and we go back to our old habits. And that's what you need to rewire. And that is going to be a problem when you get freedom. Not only that, the biggest problem with freedom is what I've seen from a lot of our students is they may have jobs, they may have families, and they may have had a business. And now, all of a sudden, they have the financial stability to go and pursue trading, but they have a lot of time on their hands. And this is a thing that if you're not busy working on other things can really get in the way. And the reason that is because when you have time to look at charts and maybe you're financially okay for, I always recommend 6 months expenses before you get into trading, you're going to want to keep trading and want to keep trading and want to keep trading. And overtrading is what's going to blow your account. Now, when people say time on the screens, time on the charts, it does not mean just taking random trades. You will have to take those trades and you will learn along the way. That's how it works. But it's about studying and studying and studying. Now, the problem is when you're taking too much time studying on the charts, if you've got freedom, you're more than likely going to take that trade and overtrade because there's no one really looking over your shoulder. Now, being in a community and having mentors and things like that, I highly, highly recommend that you do that because you've already got someone, accountability partner, looking over your shoulder just in case, even though you still don't have to send them your markups and you can bob and weave and kind of get away with things. Your subconscious minds that you're letting yourself down when you're doing that. And that becomes kind of like a lesson because only you know in the back of your mind when you've let yourself down. Now, with the freedom, how can we work around the so much freedom? I've got many students and I've got one recently who sold a business for, a few $1 million and he's gone all in onto full-time trading. And sometimes he says he's on the charts for 8-9 hours at the beginning. Now, we've cut that down because overtrading can come in. But his enthusiasm to learn is very, very important. Now, implementing new habits and new routines into his life is what's really, really helped him. He's already into fitness, which is great. And I think it's the number one thing that you should be doing. But also, he was never reading. So now he's implementing time in his day to read and meditate. So if you're not really into that stuff, and you've probably seen it a million times, of my videos and other videos, the winners of this world take their time on self-development, self-actualization, where you want to be. But we can all say where we want to be somewhere. I remember when I was 30, I said by the time I was 40, I'd be doing this. When I got to 40, I was nowhere near what I said. I won't make the same mistake again when I approach 50 in 6 years' time. I will not make that same mistake again. And I'm leading the community to think in that way. Self-actualization, people, is what you're going to need to be successful in your trading journey. But this is more about trading for me. This is about developing people who are strong mentally, physically, but have a skill to earn the amount of money they was earning in a year within 2 to 3 months. That's why we do 10 Wealth Group. And that's why people's freedom is very, very important, that you don't waste it. Remember, with too much freedom, we have boredom. With boredom, what comes? Desires. As soon as those subconscious desires start creeping into our minds, what happens? We quickly fall off focus, off track, off whatever it may be. And then the subconscious mind has got hold of us. So how do we stop that? By being very, very busy, by not having enough time in the day to do the things that we want to do. We all get 24 hours. You've heard it a million times. It's how you use those 24 hours. I know some people that get up at 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning. And people say, how can you get up at 2 in the morning? Well, they go to bed at 8. It's the same amount of sleep. They need probably an hour more of what they're doing, but it's how they're using that time in the day. So remember, when you get to your freedom and you have time, you need to fill that with energy. You need to fill that with things to do around trading. Set your trading hours, set your meditation, set your affirmations or whatever it may be. But remember this, people. Why do you think there are millions, well, thousands, probably millions of self-development books, and it's one of the biggest industries in the world? Why do you think fitness is one of the biggest industries, or medicine? Because humans are not taking action on what they say that they want to do. So for you that are watching this video and you're probably not in the community, or you're new to the community, I have no compromise with myself no more. I had a great kind of jolly up, which was up and down emotionally when I was a professional footballer. And when I grew up, and yes, when I grew up, which was around about 35, believe it or not, I actually grew up at 35. But some men don't grow up ever. I decided that I'm not going to waste this life. I already lived one dream, and I did not make that full potential. And you, my friends, and yes, you are my friends. You might be over the other side of the camera, but I'm sure if you're in the community, you'll be watching this. You cannot take the time to waste. So freedom is magnificent, but freedom can bring you down if you do not use it wisely. Okay, I hope this message really, really touches you when I talk about the freedom and the downtime that you have. Don't let your downtime be sabotaging where you want to be in the future. Now, that does not mean you have to be really ruthless and you have to hustle hard and all that stuff. Entrepreneurship and trading is hard, but you can make it a hell of a lot easier if you stop telling yourself that, oh, this is really, really hard. Fall in love with the process of what you're trying to do. Fall in love with the process. Then the freedom comes, and you'll have the freedom to build yourself. You must build yourself, people. You must go and build yourself. It doesn't matter if you want to start a business. It doesn't matter if you want to, whatever it may be. You need to go and build yourself and be the man or the woman that the world deserves. Now, there's a lot of people out there that watch this saying, it's all right for some people, or I've heard it a million times. They're not going to get nowhere. And that's not you. They're not going to get nowhere. You are going to take action today and develop and leave the old life behind and rewire the subconscious mind to tackle the freedom that you have and use it in the right way. Yesterday, there was, I'm not going to tell you the monetary value, but a couple of trades were a monthly wage on the charts yesterday. Okay? A monthly wage on the charts yesterday in the UK. Now, what do we do with the rest of the day? We have to then go and use that freedom wisely. Did we go and spend the money like we used to? No, you have to go and put the money away. You have to go and do this and you have to go and do that. But that's for another video. This video is for freedom. You maybe feel like I'm going off a little bit of a rant. It's off the cuff. There's no editing. Just on my mind. Wanted to say something. Use your freedom wisely to get where you need to get to. I'll see you on the next one.